Hello, fellow space explorers, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We are continuing our journey through the history of space flight mission packs. Looks like we have several original mission pack, or original contract pack things available to us, wanting us to go out and explore the Mun and Minmus and all that stuff, but I don't think we're really quite to that yet. We're still working on the original Navy / early NASA missions from back in the 50s. So let's go ahead and continue on with these. So this Vanguard flight was in 1958. Both of these are in 1958. We're going to go ahead and accept both of these. Vanguard was launched, but did not reach orbit when the third stage failed to separate. So basically, we have to launch this and destroy it. Explorer 2 was to be a repeat of the Explorer 1 mission. However, due to a failure to ignite the fourth stage, the spacecraft did not reach orbit. So basically, we just have to launch one, and it doesn't make it. It has to reach a suborbital trajectory. So yeah, so we'll take both of these. This should be a relatively easy mission to complete. Let's hop into the VAB. We will modify our existing design to remove anything valuable from it, so we don't need all of that. Matter of fact, let's see, take that off. Okay, hold on. We don't need expensive solar panels on there. We don't need. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing here. We don't need expensive science experiments on there. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and put a thumper engine on the bottom here. We'll put our obligatory control surfaces on here. So boom, boom, and we don't really need to worry too much about separating. We just need to reach a suborbital trajectory, and with this amount of delta V, that should be reasonable to do. Let's bring our thrust down to something more manageable, 1.3. Let's do 1.5. There we go. That's good. And then that should be it. That should be all we need to do. Let's remove all of our science equipment from this. There doesn't appear to be any transmitters or anything else. I'll leave the parachute on there just for aerodynamics. And ideally, that should be it. So let's save that. We'll launch this. We just need to reach a suborbital trajectory so I can do a nice 90 degrees on our heading, which is going to be nice. So if you're just joining us now, I do use Kerbal operating system to program my flights. The parameters for this are your apoapsis that you're trying to reach. So we'll do 75. And then, let's see, the 75, our heading, and then the altitude at which we are going to begin our turn, which is 1 kilometer. So we'll do that. And we just won't let it circularize. All right, so we'll speed up our time here. Boom, 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 boom. See if it actually starts pitching over. It always seems to have a really hard time controlling these solid rocket motors. It has a hard time controlling anything that doesn't have thrust vectoring, that doesn't have a gimbal in its engine. It just doesn't seem to want to turn over. So at this point, we'll let it hit the apoapsis, and we just won't run the maneuver node that it creates for us. All right. Off we go. I don't know why I even bothered to do that. We need it to nosedive into the ground, so that's fine. Down we go, down we go, down we go. And oh, okay. That's all we needed. We just needed to delete all of that. So let's return to the Space Center. Collect our missions for that, or our contracts, or rewards, or whatever you want to call it for that. We need to get some more science done though, because we have what, 56, and we still have several things on this 90 tree that we need to do, but unfortunately we kind of need to get to the moon to do that. All right. Really like to get past all of these military ones, and like I was a Marine, so I don't mind the military. I'm just saying I really like to get past all these military ones because NASA was the one that did all the manned space flight stuff. So let's see, because I'm really looking forward to getting to the manned space flight. That's the part I'm really wanting to get to. Okay, Convair was a prototype missile. 9 of these were suborbital test flights, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically we just need to get up to 250 kilometer apoapsis. Okay, so that's that one. Suffer a failure in your second stage guiding system. Okay, so we're gonna have to do several launches for this set. So we had to launch this, and then it just has to reach a suborbital trajectory, and then boom. And then the NASA one here. Explorer 3 was launched in conjunction with this thingy here. The objective was a continuation of experiments. It's placed in medium Earth orbit with an apogee of, wow, 2,800 kilometers. Really? Oh, but that's like in real life, though. I was about to say, I don't think we have enough. That would be kind of ridiculous. It was discovered soon after launch that the satellite was in the tumbling motion with a rotational period of about 7 seconds. Okay. So basically, we just need to get one up into this with the... So basically, it's a repeat of one of the ones we did before. So we need to get like 34. We need to get... All right. So we have several things that we need to do for these. One of them is a destruction mission, which we can just go ahead and probably use the same rocket we just used. So we just need to get to a so we just basically do the same thing we just did to finish, same thing we just did to finish that one off. And then this one just needs to reach 250 kilometers, and it needs to be unmanned. I wonder if we can get both of these done at the same time. I'd like to get both of these done at the same time if we can. So how about we add a stage here. We add that, because we just need to get up to 250 kilometers apoapsis, right? So we don't need... Let's try it. Let's just try it. We can waste a bunch of time tinkering around with the rocket, or we could just send it up, and ideally we should have enough fuel to get us up to... Because we don't have to orbit. We don't have to reach orbit. We don't have to circularize. So let's launch. So we're going to try it. We need to get up to 250, right? So I'm going to set it to 260 to account for a little bit of aerodynamic drag as we exit the atmosphere. We'll just set it to 90. There was no inclination requirement, and we'll just do that. And we'll hope for the best. So, here we go. Ideally, it will start to turn. Because there was no, we didn't have to, yeah, we just have to reach the altitude, and then this has to be destroyed, so. I think we have enough fuel to get there. Very nice. Okay, that did it for those. So let's go back to the Space Center. We'll go ahead and check our mission packs now, because if we have other ones that have similar requirements to the NASA one that we're doing, I'd like to just go ahead and grab them. So, science data from space around Kerbal. Okay, well, we definitely want to eventually do that. So let's go ahead and take that one. So we have another one this is all 1958, so we just need to do another one Vanguard satellite launch vehicle. Flight failed to reach orbit due to premature cutoff of the second stage. So this is another one where we just need to destroy it. So let's go ahead, hop back in, grab that one, get this one done really quick. How high does it need to go? It just needs to get to... It needs to get to 40 kilometers and then blow up. So we don't even need to waste a bunch of ridiculous fuel here. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. I mean, realistically, we could probably just put a swivel engine on this and that's enough. So let's try that. Excuse me, I don't want to waste any money. I know realistically we're supposed to be building these rockets to scale or whatever, but I don't want to. I don't want to waste a bunch of money doing that. Zero, run, launch. We need to get up to, what was it, 40 kilometers? I already forgot. 40 kilometers. So we'll do 50 kilometers. Okay. Okay, that's the thing we needed to do. We'll just let it come all the way back down. I believe we reached our yeah, so we got it there. It just needs to just be destroyed, and that's it. Cool. Back to the Space Center. We'll see if we have any other missions that are available that really need to be done. But if it advances to 1960 or whatever, then we gotta do the one that's there. So 58 satellites that hope to be the second successful Vanguard flight. Low stage performance, insufficient velocity. Another one that we just have to destroy. It needs to reach a suborbital trajectory, so that's fine. We'll go back, we'll rebuild the one that we had. I probably should have not saved this rocket as the last thing that we had, but whatever. So let's take that off. We will put the Terrier engine back on here. We will add a coupler. Yep, we will add a coupler. And then I think all we did last time to get a suborbital trajectory was just put that on there, right? So, all right. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna actually put a few more control surfaces on here and see if that helps with the turning. I really want a little bit more control, and it's frustrating that that the system just will not yank it over the way it needs to be yanked over. Okay, that's not a terrible thrust to weight ratio, but I think we can do a little better. All right, we'll leave it there. Boom, boom, boom. Save that, we'll launch that. We just need to reach suborbital trajectory, so we'll launch this real quick. I'm really looking forward to getting to the manned spaceflight missions at some point. Let's see, it's 75, 90, and 1. Up we go. Yeah, it really struggles to. There's nothing like the gimbal effect of your liquid engines there. All right, it seems like 8 times time warp is about as good as we're gonna be able to get there. Okay, get that suborbital trajectory. And down we go. That completes that contract. Space Center. This is a really boring grind. It would have been. I wish that the contract pack maker had made it so that you fast forward through a little bit more of this boring stuff, because it's not exactly fun to just keep launching the same rockets over and over and over again. Okay, so this is a NASA one from 19... So it's another one that we have to destroy. Fail to reach orbit. So it just needs... This one just needs to be unmanned and be flying and then be destroyed. This one's a 1959. So this one has another... Okay, so this is why I wanted to keep doing this, because this one's very similar to the NASA one that we had. The other NASA one that we had. So let's see. What do we have here? So we have... Okay, so we just need to destroy this one. Launch the beacon and destroy the vessel. It just... Okay. Let's get rid of all of that then. We'll do another easy Terrier, or I'm sorry, swivel engine thing here, because I mean, realistically, we don't have to do anything other than just launch it and crash it, right? So I don't even think I'm going to use the KOS for this part, assuming that it is what I think it is. I basically just need to get it over here. That's got to be one of the cheesiest contract requirements I've seen yet. Didn't even have to get into space, just launch and blow up. All right, so it looks like we've cleared out all of the easy stuff, hopefully. So now we need to design. Something that's going to go up to the requirements that we have for these. Okay, so we need. We'll design to the more strict, or to the higher requirements. Both of these have about the same inclination requirement, so we'll set our inclination for like 33. And then we have eccentricity requirements that are the same. Ideally, this bigger one will be what we need. So, we'll set our periapsis at 71 kilometers so that we're just kissing the atmosphere, so that we don't have to push out as far to get the eccentricity that we need. So, all of that said, we need to design a rocket that will push us out that far. So, we need to get our Terrier engine back on. Our Terrier engine back on here with a coupler. We need to get a second stage. I think. And put our swivel engine on there with a coupler. Then we need the thumper, which has, yeah, that's just enough. I don't know. I think 6,300 meters per second is probably a bit much. Sorry, messages from important people. Yeah, I don't think we need quite that much. Maybe we'll take this second stage off and do like... hold on. Maybe we'll take this second stage off. I don't know that we need that. What is it going to give us? 50? Yeah, that's going to be... Well, but see, the problem is that... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to take off that, so that our Terrier engine stage has the least amount to do. And then I want the solid rocket booster for the initial liftoff stage. And then I want to switch to a just to get us up through the thickest part of the atmosphere where we're going straight up. So we'll do 2 of those with a swivel engine. It's still I mean, I guess, nah, that's probably pretty good. So, yeah, I think this is probably very good. This right here should get us through the thickest part of the atmosphere, and then by the time we run out of fuel, then we'll switch over to the swivel engine, which has gimbaling, and that'll help out a lot. So let's see here. We have this, and then we need. Do I not have a gimbal? Oh, I don't have a coupler there. That would explain that. Can you please? Can you please? Thank you. That would explain that. Okay. So this will be for just clawing our way up to like a kilometer. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. And then, did either of these have science requirements? Yes, I do need to do an experiment in space for this one. This one doesn't seem to have one. But we do need to do a experiment there. So since we've already done most of our science that we can do, I'm just going to do a temperature experiment, and we'll put a radio transmitter on here. Or actually, what are these antennas here? No. The Communitron should be fine, right? I know that's not exactly the most realistic thing in the world, but I know that's not exactly the most realistic thing in the world, but that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, so that's our transmitter. That is our science experiment that we have to do. Okay. And then, okay, so now we just need to launch and get this thing up to, we need 312, and we need to minimize our periapsis so we can get the proper eccentricity. So, I think we're ready. Let's save this and launch it, and we'll see how it goes. Because at the end of the day, all you can really do is give it a shot and hope it works. I am not a NASA engineer, so I don't have the same kind of, it has to be perfect. Switch to 0, run, launch. All right, so what we needed 312. So we'll set it to 320 just to make sure we have plenty of. So the apoapsis is 320 kilometers, and then we need a inclination of between. So we're looking for 33. And then the way we do that is by adding or subtracting to 90 to get the inclination that we need. So because you have 90 here, and then when you're trying to get to the inclination that you need, the inclination is based off of 90 degrees. So positive inclination is this way, negative inclination is that way, I think. The last time I did this, I went by that thought process and it seemed to work. So to get 33, we need to add 33 to 90. So that's going to be 90, 100, 110, 120, 123. So we want our heading to be 1, 2, 3. We'll start our turn at 1 kilometer and hope for the best. Okay, up we go, up we go, up we go. This rocket's a little bit, oh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We need to add some control surfaces to the solid rocket booster, because it's kind of hard. Well, let's use these angled winglets here, because I'm not a big fan of using the. Okay, let's try that. How about we do that? You know, because it does us no good if the rocket's just going to go straight up for, you know, half the journey. Okay, let's try this again. So what did we say? We said 0, we're going to run, launch. We are looking for, it was what, 250? I already forgot. It was 3 something, right? 320. 320. We were looking for 123 and 1, right? That was what we were looking for. Let's get our apoapsis information up there. Go straight up. It starts turning over. I'm going to let it kind of run in real time until our solid rocket booster runs out, so that way it has the maximum amount of fine-tuned control. Because you can see it's even in real time, it's wobbling hard on the heading here. So okay, so now we have a little bit of control. Nope, that really wants to go hard in a different direction. How is our inclination doing? We're really not going to know until we really start pitching over. Okay, we seem to be having a... Oh, because I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I keep forgetting that we need to not set our apoapsis right away. We need to get our inclination. We need to focus on getting into orbit at the inclination that we need. One of these days, I will learn how to do this, and I will stop making dumb mistakes like that. Switch to 0. Run. Launch. Our launch apoapsis is always the same. 71. Right? 71, 123, and 1. That's what we need to do. Then we push our apoapsis out once we're in orbit. That's how you do this. Durr! Oh my god. Okay, I'll try this again. I'm like, why is it not pitching over? What is going on here? Do we have 2? Oh, it's just, okay. Yet again, we have weird physics glitches because of the way time warping works in this game. Okay. So we'll wait for this to run out. Now we're pitching over. That's the way it works. Auto stage. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oop. I'm gonna slow my time warping down because I feel like it's a little bit out of control. Maybe not. Go. Okay, now I know it looks like that, but that's because we're in the atmosphere. Ideally, once we clear the atmosphere... Let's get out of the atmosphere, and then all of this should reset. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. I don't even know what our inclination is at this point. Yeah, 71 was not gonna work. Yeah, we waited too long. I didn't want to... I guess we're just going to have to do it the other way. So I know 75 will work as far as the programming goes. So let's try this one more time. And then if it doesn't work, we'll have to come back for the next episode to try again. Run the launch. And we'll do 75, 123, and 1. Because I need the software to control it so that we can ensure that we're getting the inclination that we need. So we'll do that. We'll try to speed our way through this, and hopefully the controls won't get screwed up from the physics. Okay. It's kind of weird that it just kind of stops there like that. Okay, get us up in the... Okay, so we'll... Oops. Run X-Man. Come on, run it. Run it. Okay, hopefully we'll have enough fuel for this. I don't know why it had an... I don't know if X-Man has a staging subroutine in it. we'll do our best to try to make this happen. What is our inclination at this point? Ooh, can we push it out while we're burning? Just needed to get above the atmosphere. Okay. Well, we definitely have we definitely have the well. Okay. Well, since we have everything that we need, let's where is our science experiment? Log the temperature and transmit. So, wow, okay. Somehow that all worked. So let's get this in a retrograde orbit. We will deorbit it to make sure that we don't have any issues. So yeah, all of those are done. I'm not sure how we were able to just make that work, but I'm not going to complain about it. That's fine with me. All right. Let this blow up in the atmosphere. We'll go back and claim our rewards, and then I guess that's it. Down we go, down we go, down we go. All right, well, that ended up being a little bit ridiculous, but we got it done. As I practice these and get them and do them more, they should work out a little better. Okay, so now we should be able to revert. Once this is done exploding, we should be able to revert back to the Space Center. All right, and let's go ahead and just warp to Sunrise. So, at this point, we have a couple more missions that we'll be able to do, but we need to go ahead and be done for this episode. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did, and shares the video with more people so we can have as many people along for this journey with us as we can. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so that when the next video comes out, you'll know because it'll show up in your feed. And lastly, I'm looking for cool ideas for perks to provide for those of you who have an interest in supporting me as a content creator. Leave your suggestions for that along with your feedback for the video down in the comments. Again, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you for the next one.